Hello, welcome back to Werewolf Wands. I'm William Wiltshire. Latio! And on today's episode, we're going to be looking at one of our Majestic Mystery Wands. We're going to be using tulip wood. All of our mystery wands are made using tulip wood, which is a lovely hardwood. And all of our Mystery Wands series, including Standard Mystery Wands, Majestic Mystery Wands, and our new Opulence Mystery Wands, are all made from tulip wood. So, let's dive right in. So as I'm setting up here, the lathe is set to 0, and I'll be turning it up to around 2,400, 2,500 revs. Using the spindle gouge here just to get the basic shape of the wand. Getting a nice taper on the blade or shaft of the wand. One of the trickiest parts of wand making is getting the blade nice and smooth and straight. Moving on to the handle. All of our mystery wands are completely unique, so no two wands are ever the same, which is mainly down to helping us out so we don't have to copy a design. Because copying is actually more time consuming than just creating new wands every time. As we do it all by hand, we never use any copy lathes or anything like that. All of our wands are 100% handmade by myself, William Wiltshire, aka Alistair Willie, or Baldwin Bottler, aka Peter Botley. It's getting some really nice fine detailing on this handle here. Just using a miniature brown nose scraper here to create some nice detailing on this handle. And we're on to sanding. Lots of sanding. Starting off with a 240 grit on this, because the scooches and everything was very sharp, so it was a nice finish anyway. So not much sanding required in terms of grit, but lots of sanding required in terms of actual sanding, as it is the sanding that creates the finished wood projects. Now moving on to the staining of the wand. This wand is from Majestic Mystery Wands, and in that there are different classes of styles. There's Witch, Wizard, Dark Arts, and Rainbows and Unicorn, and this wand is in the Rainbows and Unicorn category. For those eagle-eyed out there, at the beginning when I was starting that staining, I knocked over the pot of stain, which I luckily caught.
Yeah, so I've added white here and navy blue. Now I'm just doing some mixing. The effect I'm going for is a sort of mottled effect, like a mystical unicorn horn. When you're doing this sort of painting, it's best to just take your time. We will do this in 2 stages, so I'll do this first stain, let it dry, sand it down, and then do a second, just to really get the effect we're looking for. And there you have it. First staining complete. We let that dry now for a good 8 hours before moving on to the next stage. And here we are. Stage 2 of sanding. We've moved to a 320 grit sandpaper now, using a mesh sandpaper, which is always best on a lathe. It dissipates the heat better. Really getting in those crevices. And onto stain number 2. Same again, same effect. Starting with the white this time, and then going over with the blue. Starting to look like a rainbows and unicorn horn. Difficulty with this sort of detailing is knowing when to stop with any form of painting. It's tricky to say this is finished. But with these ones, it's more about the time. As always, time costs money, so we have to be careful because these are set to a certain price point, and we mustn't go over the time. Otherwise it becomes unprofitable. Final strokes here with the blue, just to get that real mottled effect. And now we're on to a bit of sanding sealer. We let the one dry, obviously. Just using the brush here to get rid of any bits I might have missed of the sanding sealer. There's the wax polish we're about to apply. The Fair's natural wax polish. We apply this quite liberally. Obviously we don't want any residue on the wand, but we do make sure it's nicely soaked in. Gives a really lovely finish, this polish. Now moving on to trimming the ends, rounding the ends over, using a skew chisel. It's always satisfying snapping off these end bits. And then we move on to more sanding. It's a key detail, these end points, to make sure they are lovely and smooth, as if you don't, then you can always see it in the final finish. Moving on to staining. It's all about just blending the colours to make sure you can't tell that these parts were painted after the main wand. It's always a tricky part, this one. Quick bit of sanding sealer, and then moving on to polishing with the wax. And here we go, the fun bit, buffing, using a buffing wheel here, just cleaning off any wax from the wheel. And off we go. Very satisfying, this part. Start to see the real sheen of the wand and its true form come to life. We always make sure we go the opposite way to which way the lathe was just spinning, just to make sure we knock any rough edges out using the buffing wheel and the polish that's on the wand. It's like a third stage of sanding. And there it is, in all its glory.
So, there you have it. That's one of our Majestic Mystery Wands. The actual class of this one is Rainbows and Unicorns. For that information, head to our website or on Etsy. But there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, do all those things, comment. We'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. But I'm William Wiltshire. This is Wilbert's Wands. We create the wands, you make the magic.